Right after Trump leaves the UK, Prime Minister Keir Starmer is expected to formally recognise Palestinian statehood. Reports suggest Starmer has deliberately delayed the announcement until after the US President Donald Trump concludes his state visit to the country in Europe. But why the wait and delay? According to The Times, Starmer feared recognition of Palestine could overshadow a joint press conference with Trump at Chequers. But the decision, expected before the UN General Assembly in New York later this month, is already creating waves both at home and abroad. The Prime Minister has said recognition is conditional. Israel must commit to a ceasefire, allow sustainable peace talks, and permit aid supplies into Gaza. But with Israel opposed to these conditions and continuing a major ground offensive, Starmer is under pressure to act regardless. 147 of the UN's 193 member states already recognise Palestine. Countries like France, Australia and Canada have also indicated they will follow the same path at the UN summit, which begins September 23rd. Labour MP Rosina Alin Khan urged Starmer to prioritise Gaza in his talks with Trump, saying,
"We say never again when we look at Bosnia and Rwanda, but here we are again and it's been live streamed. We cannot be bystanders to a genocide."
Trump himself has given mixed signals. Earlier this year, he said he did not mind the UK taking a position, but his administration warned that recognition of Palestine would only serve to reward Hamas.
This week, the UN is serving as host to an unproductive and ill-timed conference on the so-called two-state solution in New York City. This is a publicity stunt that comes in the middle of delicate diplomatic efforts to end the conflict in Gaza. Far from promoting peace, the conference will prolong the war, will embolden Hamas, and reward its obstruction and undermine real-world efforts to achieve real peace. As Secretary Rubio has made clear, this effort is a slap in the face to the victims of October 7th and a reward for terrorism. It keeps hostages trapped in tunnels. The United States will not participate in this insult.
The humanitarian situation in Gaza is dire. London's Mayor Sadiq Khan recently described it as genocide, pointing to famine, the collapse of the health system, and 20,000 children starving because of Israeli government policies.
I think what's happening in Gaza is a genocide. When I see the images of the children starving, 20,000 children have starved because of the policies of the Israeli government. When I see the health system in Gaza collapsed, when I see the lack of supplies reaching people in need, when I see the famine that is man-made, when I read the interim judgment of the ICJ and then see a UN Commission report this week, I think it's inescapable to draw the conclusion in Gaza we're seeing before our very eyes a genocide.
On Tuesday, a UN Commission of Inquiry backed this view, saying it had reasonable grounds to conclude Israel was committing genocide in Gaza. Israel's foreign ministry rejected the report, calling it distorted and false.